I'm back. I'm fighting my physical mental health today, and I managed to do 5 minutes of awful exercise in terms of how comfortable it feels with what's going on for me. But I pushed through, and now I've done my body the world of good. So this is what I mean. It's like I found myself in a pit. I have all of these capabilities to care for myself on so many levels, more than I guess most people have been equipped with in their lives. And for whatever reason, life has said, right, I want to beat you so hard, you're not going to know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And you're going to lose, Andreas. You're going to lose. And that's what's been happening. Look, pardon my total lack of care for people watching and me taking my supplements and speaking with my mouth full. But just try and think of me like treating you as like a really close friend, even though I have no idea who you are, unless you're a friend on Facebook that I knew once upon a time. But the point is that I'm in that ditch, and I have tried not to be in a ditch, because about 2 years ago something clicked in me of an application to life, where I sort of had a conversation with life over the course of my mental health, and tried to understand it and see what it wanted from me. And then I just kept refining myself in the way that it was guiding. And I found myself in a position about 2 years ago when I was okay to state to myself for the first time in life that as much as on an ultimate level where we're all God, on this level right now in this life, with the consciousness I have, I struggle to take responsibility in the first instance for what I'm experiencing. Now, if you rewind to all of the personal development, all the spiritual stuff out there, it says take responsibility. And that's fine, that's the practical route. But when you're really honest with yourself about what you're having to experience, to take responsibility, you've got to go into like an insanity. Pardon me. You're lying to yourself, ultimately, from my perspective now. But you're doing it on a practical level because it makes sense to take responsibility to stop the suffering. Pardon me. But if you ever snap out of that place for 1 minute and things are really bad, and you look around and you're like, my God, this is life. I'm responsible for all of this pain, all of this suffering, all of this blah, blah, blah. It's a bit impossible to be honest with yourself, I think, because things are so bad, and to see that level of pain that you're being asked to experience as a result of you being responsible for it, it's like it's a bit much in terms of a shock to the system, at the very least. That's the way I'm looking at it. It's not even that, it's just a case of you lose a part of yourself. That's what I think I'm trying to get at. And it's practical in the first instance to mediate out this pain and the suffering. But you never really have a chance to get back to yourself. At least I can't see how you would. Anyway, whatever point I was trying to make, and my mind went a bit funny, I found myself in a place where I see life and I experience life, and I've tried to take as much responsibility for my life as possible. And it just got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. It just got to the point where I had to be honest with myself and say, hang on a second, Andreas, no. After that point, on everything you know of yourself, after that moment in your life, everything you know of yourself, it's a bit impossible to take responsibility for with the level of consciousness and memory you have. Yeah, sure, I'm sure I've done something in another life that's given me this life now, and is the reason I'm suffering, or I've done something in my past, in my ignorance, and offended somebody, and this is the repercussion of that. It's just a bit too iffy. It's a bit too vague, and it's a bit too like, well, yeah, that's fine. Okay, we can state I've done something in a past life, but I don't really know that, do I? So I'm just taking myself on an account of this life, on an account of what I've done in this life, what the body has done, what the consciousness that is Andreas Dimitriou has done in this life, up until now, to get to the point where I'm saying, yeah, that's, you know what? I can't see the connection. I can't see the connection to the past life. I can't see the connection to that moment when I was younger and I was an idiot then, and how that is allowing for this sanity of my life now to take place. I can't see that. In other words, what we're saying is I'm asking for guaranteed cast iron confirmation that spirituality exists. And not only does it exist, but, well, what is spirituality? Because there are so many elements of it, so many aspects to spirituality that you don't quite know how to view it categorically. You've got ideas of karma, and you've got ideas of the human potential, you've got all of these things going on. But we don't really know which it is, because a lot of them conflict with each other. So it's like, that's fine, spirituality exists. I know spirituality exists. It's got to be a spiritual reason why I'm suffering to this extent. It can't be just like, oh, he's felt hard on his luck, he's had this happen to him. No. It's a spiritual reason. In other words, it's beyond this common reality that we all understand why I'm being asked to suffer so much. And anyway, what I'm getting at is, in my absolute striving to see where I was wrong in life, and then to limit my influence on the outside world, in other words, to stop further responsibility coming my way. In other words, I just did the bare minimum. Life, that's how I found myself. It was like I did half the work and life just did the rest as well. And either way, I found myself in a place where I was like, I can see myself. I can see my actions to the responsibilities in the immediate moment, to everything I've learnt in my life and what I'm capable. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's like, in honesty, right in this moment, what are you capable of achieving to remedy the suffering in your life, in our lives, in the world? There's only a certain amount, because you're a human being that's lived your life. And it's really good that I'm making this live stream because I can feel the nerves. I feel nervous talking about anything. Like, I'm referencing you, like the viewer. And there's nerves that have come up in me, and that's what I wanted, because, well, that was the point of the live stream earlier when I was trying to be angry, and is to reconnect with that energy of last year when I was making the live streams regularly. So I was still sane then. And life has got ridiculous since then, and I've lost myself. So I'm just going back to the last sort of stance I had to the madness that was coming my way before I just disappeared. And it was like the feelings that have come up now that have said, oh, you shouldn't be speaking like that, you shouldn't reference the viewer, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. It's all part of the fear. And when I spoke on camera last year, it was like there was no fear. It was like pure innocence, pure honesty, pure good intentions. So why am I going to fear about speaking in a certain way? There's no problem. You understand English and what I'm saying. But in our own lives, there's only so much we can achieve in this world. And not only is it what we can achieve, but we have to be honest with ourselves and say, right, in terms of everything I really know, really believe, in innocence, in goodwill, in what I know of other people, and the collective insanity we share, what am I capable of? What can I achieve? What can I do? For you to stand there, and I'm talking about spirituality now, for you to stand there, spirituality, life, and beat me on a consistent basis the way you're doing, so I'm consistently suffering, when I'm putting energy in the right direction for health and healing and life, what am I doing? What can I do to get myself out of it? And if you ask yourself that question over and over and you're sincere, and life does its job the other way to help you see, you get to the point where you realise, well, this is all a bit